So many people misunderstand ramp as a scheme, but it is not a scheme, it is a platform. Why ramp? What is it a role?
The ramp is not a scheme like that. Ramp is making you capable, just like from capacity building to market access.
How ramps actually works and how MSME should think that they can apply or they can benefit through the ramp program.
A ramp is a component of all the schemes. It is a need-based approach to all the MSMEs.
Namaskar. Greetings from eMSME, a brand under Ajwa Fintech Private Limited. I am C. Ankush Jain, founder of eMSME. Would like to introduce a personality who is very cool, calm and composed in nature, but at the same time so dynamic. And in his career, so many administration work he has done. He is 2014 IAS officer and currently heading as MD for MSSIDC department. So all MSME entrepreneur association and all relevant institutional stakeholder can expect a direct communication with him, direct guidance, blessings and roadmap to empower yourself. With this, I would like to welcome IAS Vikas Pansare sir, and thank you so much sir. With our one invite, you have humbly accepted to become a guest for this podcast. Shukriya sir.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to be here and show the schemes that are being implemented by the government of India under RAMP and also by the government of Maharashtra under various schemes. So I thank you in the beginning to be with me and to talk like this occasion.
Thank you so much, Vikas sir. So, because first we would like to know how was your journey from, because you have seen lots of different policy, different schemes. MSME domain itself is very critical and very vast. So, how do you define MSME domain from different perspectives?
See, MSME is a four-letter word, all you know. But the micro, medium, and the scale of all the industries is so big, from 1 crore to more than 250 crores.
Right.
So it includes each and every industry in the bucket. So when we say the MSME, it is not a uniform category of industries, from the beginners like who are yet to register for the Udyam registration, and the others who are exporting for last 10, 15 years. It's a big, vast bucket of industries. So MSME, I think, is the only and the most viable alternative for getting India into 2047 as the nation who is the powerful, the global leader in the industry. So I think MSME, we need to be very active and progressive, and to be with the industries, their needs and their all the export related their worries, we have to solve it.
So, rightly said, we became the first state to cross 1 crore MSME and the second state in India to become a more than 15% export contributor. So, what is the perspective and the challenge you think Maharashtra government has to make MSME the first in the state?
See, MSMEs are getting formalized because of all the network of schemes and the tax regime that we are into. So, day by day, the registration of the new industries, the industries that are yet to be formalized are being registered and getting into the net of all these schemes. So, I think that the registrations and the startups that are getting registered is not enough. The number will indicate that, yes, Maharashtra is the topmost in MSME is the number. But whether they are efficiently progressing in exports, whether they are efficiently working and having the employment more than 10, 15 people per MSME, that we want to see. And for that purpose, only the RAMP scheme is there to empower the MSMEs in the capacity building, and from that to access to market. So all these components are getting involved in all the various components of the RAMP scheme.
So many people misunderstand ramp as a scheme, but it is not a scheme, it is a platform. So if you can put more highlight into it, what is the, why ramp, what is it a role?
So we as a industries also, and the state and the country, we look to the schemes as something we are getting out of as a subsidy.
True.
So our outlook to schemes is always and has been that we will get something as subsidy in percentages. But ramp is not a scheme like that.
Right.
Ramp is making you capable, just like from capacity building to market access. All the components of the MSME are looked at, and they are made able to be able to export their products to the foreign countries from their from registration of the MSME to the marketing of the product. All the components are being considered, but in nowhere were there for any subsidy kind of component there.
So how ramps actually works and how MSME should, think that they can apply or they can benefit through the ramp program.
No, ramp is a component of all the schemes. So it is a need-based approach to the all the MSMEs who are not yet registered. They are first registered in the network of schemes. Then the capacity building programs are undertaken. So there are 7 various components under capacity building, from the audit, the registration, from the GST. Then we have a set of schemes in e-marketing of the products. So all the needs of the MSMEs are taken care of. And when they get trained under various components, then there are other schemes wherein we can have skilling and upskilling of the MSME also. When some new technology emerges, some new innovation is there, then also we can have reskilling and upskilling in the MSMEs personnel and the staff also.
Okay. So, sir, please allow me to reiterate what you said. So, basically, under ramp, access to credit, access to market, and is there, and it is combination of many schemes which you are facilitating so that MSME actually gets to aware what they need to have at different phases of their life, and this is how you're supporting MSME.
Yeah.
That's superb, sir. Being MD of MSSIDC, what is the exact role of MSIDC and how you're driving it to bring impact?
So from conceptualization of this ramp, it's like a ramp, RAMP, raising and accelerating MSME performance. So the performance of a MSME is raised and also accelerated by all the components of the scheme. MSME, that is the most vital component of industries in the country.
Right.
So the nation as a whole and our state has prioritized this MSMEs, and the scheme, the RAM scheme, is being given to MSSIDC as we are the nodal agency for implementation of that scheme. So in all the purposes, our department, the MSSIDC, is responsible for implementation of all the components of the RAM. And you will be delighted to know that Maharashtra at this stage is the first in the country in implementation of the RAM scheme. So we have crossed more than 170,000 MSMEs. These are more than these beneficiaries are being included in RAM scheme. So this is the number, the biggest number in the beneficiaries list also.
That's super, sir. That's actually a fantastic number because under RAM program, overall objective to enhance 5.5 lakh MSME, and out of which 1/3 has been done by Maharashtra alone.
Yeah.
So that's really wonderful achievement.
Thank you.
So what is the role of World Bank? World Bank also has given around 3750 crore, so around 60%.
Yeah,
of
the funding of the scheme is by the RAM, the World Bank, and all the implementation perspective is being conducted at the level of Ministry of MSME, the central government, and at the state level, MSSIDC looks after all the components and the responsibilities for implementation of the RAM scheme. Yes.
So I'm very curious to know. RAMP is such a wonderful program that it will empower MSME in many different ways with many schemes as a subsector for the access to credit, access to market, greening and sustainability, etc. How you're leveraging on MSME association, various private player, fintech, or the charter accountant firm, or basically various institutional stakeholder, how you're strengthening through the MSIDC so that they can also empower MSME in a much better way.
So see, this RAM scheme is not being implemented with some government functional abilities officers or some institution as such. We are in loop with all the associations, all the chambers of commerce. We are in association with all the MSME functionalities, the groups who are in the field of MSME. We take help of them. We are signing MOUs with all these agencies. And with the help of all these agencies who are working for the industries and MSME, we are implementing this RAM scheme. So with the support of all these chambers of commerce, all the organizations, the export promotion councils in different sectors, we are getting involved in all these cooperative and collaborative manner of implementation. So we are finding that in this process, the ramp scheme is empowering the MSME and their associations also.
Yeah, true. So many associations are supporting with this initiative, especially the SME chamber. I believe we are also trying to work with them.
Yeah.
So what impact actually they are able to bring into it?
So ramp has inbuilt another objective, and it is differentiated from earlier scheme. The RAM is not a scheme which needs to be seen like the other scheme where how much fund is utilized. But here we are targeting what is the outcome of the scheme. So what benefit is received, and what is the outcome in terms of what was the access to market, how much turnover we achieved, how many exporters we have made out of these MSMEs. So all these things we are targeting. So the ultimate outcome in the scheme is being monitored and being evaluated.
Okay. So, it's a big 6,000 crore plus outlay overall from the World Bank and central government. And I believe Maharashtra government has got around 692 crore under the RAM program. So how the fund is actually getting utilized, and whether you are monitoring any kind of data which can suggest that this many jobs has been created or this much exports has been enhanced?
So we are in the initial phase of implementation. This is the first year of implementation.
Okay.
Now we have the platform created for ramp scheme on the MSSIDC portal. So every event, every scheme component is being implemented online. There is no human interference. See, if some capacity building program is going on in the district of Dholia, or some program is going on in Nagpur, the agency has to conduct it they have to first register.
Yeah.
Then the online registration, after that they will have all the event video recorded and uploaded on the website. So everybody can see from our office and from any other there is access. We can monitor whether actually the program is going on, what is the quality. So the monitoring aspect is all being done by the technology and IT use.
Okay, that's super. So basically everything is getting monitored and fund has been utilized properly. So, before this civil administration service, you also have completed your grade from the BSc Agri, which is the largest job employment sector. Followed by that, MSME domain is very important because as per the government Udyam portal, already 33 crore plus employment has been generated by 8.6 crore registered MSME.
Yeah.
So the formalization of the ecosystem is happening. Now, how do you see that we can leverage upon that, how we can guide MSME directly through MSIDC and other government agencies so that we can actually reach to the Viksit Bharat 2047 vision quicker?
See, we have to compare this current status of India and Maharashtra with respect to MSME with other developed countries like Germany and Japan. So where more than 90% of the GDP is contributed by MSMEs alone. And universally also, if we see the world figures, 90% of the industries internationally are MSMEs. They are not the big players. So our focus in India is also being and is going to be the MSMEs in the near future, because we can't achieve our vision of 2047 with only 4-5 big companies. We have to focus on MSMEs, and that is being considered by the government of India, the World Bank and Maharashtra state. That's why this RAM program is there. So we are targeting MSMEs to grow, to scale up, to access the global market where they can export their products easily. And there are platforms being created for exporting their various products so that we can reach the global market and we can earn the global dollars and other currencies. That's the vision of RAMP actually.
I think it, sir, and I would again like to congratulate government because they have enhanced the turnover limit to 500 crore to classify that as an MSME.
Yeah.
And the RAMP is such a wonderful, full name, raising and accelerating performance of MSME. So it's super great initiative. China, Germany have more than 60% GDP contribution through MSME. So what are the steps or initiative MSIDC or the state government is taking to enhance the 31% contribution from the GDP from the MSME to at least 40-45% in coming years?
See, for scaling up of any business, after technology and innovation, I think access to the global market is the major contributor for the MSMEs to grow fast. So in the last 2 years, for the MSMEs, we have organized 4 reverse buyer seller meets.
Okay.
So in that, what we do, we match the MSMEs products, and also we select the buyers from the foreign countries, from Japan, from Europe, and all other nations. And when we match the HSN code of the to be exporting MSMEs, then we connect. We call the buyers from the foreign countries. For the 3 days, the foreign buyers are in India in various locations like in Pune, in Mumbai. The other one was in now in Sambhajinagar.
Okay.
So the buyers are in India, and they are dealing with our MSMEs. So our MSMEs who are there, but not traveling abroad for access to market for any other reasons. We are reversing that, and we are calling the buyers to India, and there is a reverse buyer meet where we have actually achieved the target of having memorandums of getting the exported, the MSMEs getting exports done in the last 4 RBSMs.
Yeah, that's really sounds great. You brought all the global player, all the buyers to our local MSME suppliers. So it resonated with me like vocal for local, and you're
Yeah.
making local to global
Local
through
to
the
global,
reverse
yeah.
mechanism. It's super, sir.
So up till now, we were we were doing. We were having some representatives of MSMEs going abroad,
Yeah.
living there for 3-4 days. But in that, the connection with the buyers was not happening. So now that we have reversed that scale, and we are inviting the buyers who are intending to buy our products from our MSMEs, and then we are keeping the both B2B meetings for 2-3 days. Then it's coming together of global market to India actually.
Yeah, it's a great initiative, sir. Actually, more focused and filtered buyer will come.
Yeah.
They, since we are hosting, so more chances of getting deal converted will be.
So there is a good saying, seeing is believing. When the foreign buyer comes to India, he will visit our MIDC industries, the MSME network, and he will interact with our MSMEs and the people for 3-4 days. So he will have the faith and the confidence that yes, there is a product, there is a quality, so we can deal with these people. So I think reverse buyer seller meet is the best component and best intervention that the MSMEs are getting on through this RAM scheme.
So, sir, we can put some more light if upcoming reverse buyer seller meet is happening at any different venue for our audience, and how to apply and get registered into it.
MSME, any component under RAMP, we have that portal under our website. So anybody can, who is intending to participate in any of the component, can reach out to our website. So in the future, 3-4 months, we have planned a reverse buyer seller meet in Sambhajinagar on 16th and 17th of June. And on 2nd and 3rd of July, we have planned a reverse buyer seller meet in Nagpur. So after that, the other events are August, we are planning it in Kolhapur, and then again in Pune. So all these reverse buyer seller meets are sector specific. So what we have done, not all the RBSMs to be located only in Pune and Mumbai. So we have gone far to the places where there are other promising industries like Sambhajinagar, a new big industrial hub is coming up. And so for that, we approached the local association, the MSMEs there. So some specific sectors like automobile and electronics is being targeted in the upcoming RBSM. So I think that will be sectorial approach and a new intervention where the people, the MSMEs from Sambhajinagar, from Nagpur will be able to catch up with the buyers from the foreign countries like Europe and Japan.
So Sambhajinagar become very focus area
Yeah.
for many collector and government schemes. Yes, sir. In Maharashtra, it's a really great initiative. You are not only focusing on the Mumbai, Pune, Nagpur, Nasik, which is already but a little bit established, but
Yeah.
other areas like Nandurbar, Sambhajinagar also. So the migration what happen here and there, but local industry will flourish.
So any welfare state will have an approach of see the one state, one district or one city getting developed, and other part of the state is underdeveloped, will not achieve the purpose. So we have to have a uniform growth from Nagpur to Gadchiroli to Mumbai. So now the government has targeted the area of Vidarbha more, like we are getting steel plants in Gadchiroli.
Right.
So the effort is that the uniform development is there all over the state. So underdeveloped areas are being given more focus. That's the vision actually.
And maybe, sir, cheaper land and cost of production also will reduce. Maybe this is the reason the highest FDI is coming to Maharashtra.
Yeah, because there are n number of reasons why the FDI is coming to Maharashtra. But what we have observed is that the employment of the technical manpower is a very basic for the industries.
True.
We can have land and other things in any place, but the person, the human resource for the industry is to be very technical. So we can see that the Maharashtra has a network of universities, colleges, and technical institutes where we can have the best of the best human resource.
So DEM program has very sub-components. So let's talk a little bit about the different component. Like one of the important component is creating awareness. So how MSIDC through leveraging on various stakeholders is ensuring that MSME are getting to know about all the government scheme benefits made available to them, and how it is.
So we are organizing these summits. So in the course of this RAM scheme, in the days to come, we are organizing at least 12 summits in the major industrial hubs of the state, so that our schemes are getting to the all the beneficiaries and the MSMEs. The MSME Day, that is the 27th of June, is being internationally celebrated as MSME Day.
Right.
So for the first time in the state of Maharashtra also, we are celebrating it on a big scale. We have organized a MSME Summit and Awards at this Vasi Sidco Center. And we have a plan actually of getting around 3,000 registrations of MSMEs. And on the same day, we are getting networking of around 3,600 MSMEs from all the districts by this Zoom meeting. So the occasion is being celebrated on a big scale. Our beloved Chief Minister has also confirmed that he will attend the program. So we are arranging it on a big scale, and this awareness, what you said, is being taken care of. Like all the social media, all the print media is being covered. That everybody knows, because we have a network of scheme, but we have to see that those creamy layers of the beneficiaries who take benefit of the schemes days after days are not our target. We want to reach with the newcomers, the startups, the micro industries who can take benefit of the new scheme. So we are targeting this, and we are using the social media, the technology, and all the new technologies to reach to the MSMEs.
So that's the prevention, because the weaker section and the underprivileged are actually they are unable to reap the benefit of the government scheme, and the privileged category is taking advantage of almost all possible benefits made available to them. So this is a really good initiative. So we deal with lots of banks also, and banks have lots of NPA underlying this government scheme. So they're not primarily very excited to lend under the government scheme. So what are the challenges you see, and how this bottleneck can be resolved?
No, see, the formalization of MSMEs, getting it registered on the portal, with them portal, then there this GST compliances and all other compliances. The documentation part is being taken care of by the capacity building component of the RAM. So when they have that capacity and they get formalized, then the banks are ready to give them credit. Banks are always keen, but the documentation is difficult. And what the newcomer MSMEs are finding tough is the network of documentation that they are new to in the field. So I think the documentation, when it's taken care of, the banks will give them the credit, whatever is needed. And every bank from State Bank of India to the private bank, they have a separate vertical of MSME credit. So in the days to come, and with the technology of all these internet technology, we can have the banks to be very keen and implementing the credit schemes for the benefit of all the stakeholders and the MSMEs.
So when we entered with the bank, we found that most of the MSME do not have sufficient document to submit to the bank, and that is also one of the big reason. And many entrepreneur has more than 2, 3, 4 businesses because they wish to save themselves from the labor law or the tax compliance. So what could be the probable solution for that? What can be the ease of doing business or the labor law reform you guys are looking into, so that they can consolidate
The use of technology like in artificial intelligence and all the network of these models we are getting into. I think the repetitive use of schemes by the same person and also the newcomers, they will be documented on the website and all the on the new platforms. So in the days to come, the banks will also find it very easy to see who are the actual beneficiaries who they can bill you on, and what is the history, what is the credit score of industry, the MSME. It is all getting easier and easier. That is what I see.
Are we planning any one window clearance system for all government scheme from discovery till document preparation to disbursement? So it will become
For implementation of all the schemes, we have a Maitri portal on in the state of Maharashtra. So every scheme is being monitored and being tackled, being implemented in Maitri portal. So anybody who wish to get a benefit of the government scheme, the state government scheme, Maitri portal is there, and I think that portal is being used widely by all the from land grant to the other schemes. It is being utilized.
the UI UX of that portal and the visibility have been made really wonderful.
Yeah.
Recently we met many times with Dipendra Kushwaha Sarji.
Yeah.
If blessed enough to have a great interaction with him, he is doing wonderful job.
Yeah, the Maitri portal is being, I think, monitored from the Chief Minister's office also. So there are from Pollution Control Board to all from Labor Department, all the departments being controlled by the Maitri, and there is a separate act for that purpose also.
So there's one step closer for the overall database at one place and creating more awareness and making them more enabled to access to.
It's actually the visualization of the single window clearance,
Right, yeah.
and that is being done under the guidance of our Chief Minister, sir. That is, I think, being implemented from 2014.
Yeah.
The single window that was there has been transformed into Maitri, and Maitri is being the nodal controlling office of the schemes all over the state, all over the departments. So if anything is there, people are approaching Maitri, and the complaints or the grievances are being monitored and solved there.
Super, so great initiative there. Again, the another subcomponent is greening and sustainability of the MSME. So if you can put some light over there.
So in the days to come, the sustainability will be the major, I think, thrust area where the MSMEs need to focus on, because we have seen that the energy crisis and the requirement of energy is getting costlier. So the green initiatives like the green energy will be the most effective way of getting globally competitive. If somebody is sustainable, that means he is using some green source of energy, and in that he will be then globally acceptable as a exporter also. So these things as the sustainability and greening initiatives will be, I think, more utilized for the exporter and this European market and the other US market. The green certification is compulsory.
Right.
So you see, if somebody has that green certification, then he will be accepted as a exporter to that country. So sustainability, I think, will be a thrust area.
Okay. So the best management and circular recycling of the economy will help. So how this lean and Z certification is helping towards it?
I think these are the initiatives from the Ministry of MSME, and they are getting utilized for Z certification. That is also I think a credit facilitation certification.
Zero effect.
If that certification is there, then there is a assurance from the manufacturer that is a zero defect, and that is being believed and supported by the credit agencies also.
True.
So I think that is a good initiative of the government. We are also supporting that, and we are implementing it in the state of Maharashtra.
So, is there any mechanism through that you identify the deserving MSME or the particular geography where you wish to take more and more initiatives?
No, as a ramp scheme is open to all MSMEs, and there is no differentiation between the areas. But as of now, we are focusing it more on the areas who are Vidarbha and Marathwada, where the formalization of MSMEs is to be done.
Okay.
Because there are businesses being getting registered, getting into the net of this taxation. But formalization is important for credit achievement of the MSMEs. So I think the universally applicability of the RAM scheme throughout the state of Maharashtra is a challenge we are actually acting upon.
So earlier, the expectation from government was not very much there 12 years back, 15 years back. Now, this 12 years of wonderful performance, I mean, every stakeholder towards you has enhanced drastically.
Yeah.
How you guys are able to manage those expectations?
So when we see and meet MSME leaders and the entrepreneurs, so people are they are willing and they are very eager to get their businesses registered and formalized into the network, and they are very eager to export their whatever products to the European and Gulf market. So up till now, the export was really a challenge. But right after this, all new initiatives done by the government, any MSMEs, a small turnover of 30-40 crores, is thinking of exporting their products to the global market. And with the help of all the schemes that is being implemented by the Ministry of MSME, the people are getting export and we are finding it out in our reverse buyer seller meet also. The MSMEs are very keen to export their products. So in one RVSM we organized in Pune, there was one guy from MSME from rural Pune district. He was manufacturing compost, and he had a big order from Vietnam buyer for the next 30 years.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And for the next 30 years, they had a MOU signed in our in the RAM program. So I see that this global integration of businesses is being achieved because of the technology. Up till now, it was not possible because we were concretized by the boundaries of the nation. But because of the technology, anybody can export to any country. Like there are platforms and e-commerce websites also available. So the export is very becoming easier to be for the MSMEs.
So with the Prime Minister concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam,
Yeah.
lots of FTA, what we have done with many countries, it is actually directly supporting MSME to export.
Yeah.
That's really so wonderful.
So export is it is the reality. It is not the dream for the MSMEs now. And I think that what we see globally, the contribution of MSMEs with the worldwide is more than what we see in India. So our 30% contribution in the GDP of the MSME in the export, that it's like 40%.
Yeah.
We will be actually increasing it to of 60% and 80% in the days to come, and that will be the revolution when the MSMEs will be the backbone of economy of the country.
So that time they will also feel proud that yes, we are the actually backbone of the country. So they actually manufacturing throughput, they have more than 45%. Export contribution, they have more than 48%. And if we can enhance 31% contribution to 45% also, I believe $1 trillion state economy vision will be fulfilled with that.
Yeah. And I see that only the integration with the global market is the actually the way forward, and we should be focusing on the export. That is what the government is achieving and targeting it in the days to come.
Right. So the government now has very much demonstrated they have moved from intent to actually execution, and 2029 is the target to reach that $1 trillion economy. How far we have reached, and whether it still looks doable after seeing this geopolitical risk?
No, if we see that the growth of the our economy as such, the target I think is very much within our limits, and it is achievable. The 7-8% of growth rate of our economy is sufficient to justify the target that we will be achieving in the near future.
Okay. So is there any particular message you would like to give to MSME association, how they should empower MSME in a better way?
So MSME associations, I would like to see that their role is like a parent, and they are there to take care of their members and also non-members also who are getting involved and getting registered. So the associations plays, I think, the most important role, and I would like them to get associated with MSSIDC's efforts and ramp as a scheme. So I would also require, and I would appeal that all the association bodies and chambers would, if suggest me the ways to further implement and improve this scheme. I would also be happy if there are the ways, the areas to be targeted, the components we can add on in the new scheme in the days to come. If the associations write to us, speak to us, and let us know what is the actual need of the MSMEs right away, then we will be happy actually.
Okay. Any particular message to the entrepreneur brother, sister, especially in the starter community or the weaker section community, how they can leverage on the ecosystem built by you?
What I have seen as I talk and work with people, and the MSMEs in particular, we can produce anything, but our packaging and marketing needs to be of the global standard.
Right.
And that is what I would say, that if we want to get at the global level, at the state level, at the national level, and the global level, our products are good, but we need to brand it. We need to pack it like a global product. Then and only then we can achieve the target of getting from local to global.
So earlier you mentioned what you see, believe. So now you're saying, "Jo dikhta hai, wo bikta hai." So that demonstration of quality has to be there at the global level.
No, in the exhibitions worldwide, when we visit and see the market, like any product, from agri-based products to any industrial product, like from honey to turmeric to whatever, the packaging of these Western countries and their trademarks, their branding is so good and so improvised. We need to actually go to that standard to achieve the accessibility of the global market. Our intention of actually the production and manufacturing has to scale up with the packaging also. The packaging has to be the focus of our area. And with this actually intention in mind, this under RAM scheme, MSSIDC has a collaboration with Indian Institute of Packaging, and we are launching a packathon scheme under which the IIP, the National Institute of Indian Institute of Packaging, will be collaborating with other colleges and managing colleges and MSME associations to find out the solutions, good packaging solutions for the MSMEs in the days to come. I would like all the associations and MSMEs to participate in that effort also, where our packaging will get a global touch.
So far we have talked about many subcomponents of RAM scheme, and in each subcomponent you have done various partnerships and you have taken various initiatives and impact has been generated. How do you keep yourself motivated to deal with so much vast information and keep yourself up to date and with your vision, continue flourishing?
No, see, this is actually a challenge actually, because there are n number of developments happening at a time in technology innovations, and there are from small micro and industry who has just registered for some product or is into the business, to that person who has listed in IPO and getting subscribed and oversubscribed. The business, when the journey we see, that is the happiness actually we get. When somebody 4 or 5 years or before was just a 1,000 rupees and he entered into business, now he is scaling up like 500 crores. That is the actually motivator for any government officer or administrator.
Completely. So the Labharthi model basically, their happiness is your motivation.
Yeah, their happiness is our motivation.
So you graduated from Agri, but you pivoted your career.
I had a basic education, graduation in BSc Agriculture, College of Agriculture, Pune. After that, I did my master's in horticulture.
Okay.
And after that, I had 2-3. I have done law. This I am a law student also, and I had done all these. I think in journalism also I had a degree in journalism.
So that may be the key to success, because you have very diverse exposure, diverse, different kind of knowledge.
Because learning is a continuous process. No, we can't say that I know everything. That is my motto. Because anything is there, I need to study it and that motivates me. Let us see what it is.
Always a student.
Always a student is a good approach actually.
So, MSME domain, how you diverted into this from all other earlier achievement you had?
No, I had a opportunity to work with MIDC for the last 5-6 years. So with that experience, I had some attachment and some motivation to work with industries. And what I said earlier, when somebody starts a business and we see that business is growing just like a tree grows, as I am a student of agriculture, when I see the crop is being grown and there is a good harvest, we get happiness. That's what is the source of happiness. Because when a business is started and it is now in the field of export and getting global recognition, we find it the source of joy actually.
Super, sir. That's a wonderful way to keep moving on.
Yeah.
Is there any challenge still you feel that government need to work very hard? What MSME is facing from identifying the right benefit made available to them till the disbursement? So still lots of MSME are unable to reap these benefits and unable to scale their business.
So what you started earlier, because the number of MSMEs is itself a challenge for us to work upon. Because see, we have crossed more than crore in Maharashtra. So to reach with this source of funds and all the network, it is a big challenge, because more than 1 crore is a big number. And I think and I hope within some 4-5 years we will reach to the all the newcomers and startups.
Is there any way you are doing partnership with the different kind of startups also?
The innovative MSMEs who are in touch with us, we are open to make partnerships. So some MSMEs are working with handicrafts. So in that field also, MSSIDC works with all the stakeholders and the good handicraft associations also.
Oh, that's great. And sir, by 27th of June, we have MSME Day. By 30th of June, 4 years of ramp are getting completed.
Yeah.
It was a 5-year program. So we are left with 1 year. So what is the aggressive assertive strategy you have to, so already you achieved 1.7 lakh out of 5.5 lakh?
Like any scheme, ramp was designed like this. But I hope that with the success of what has happened in Maharashtra and all other states, ramp skill will always be extended.
Okay.
And that's what I have appealed all the association, that if they have any suggestions to work upon and get into in the next phase of ramp, we will be able to, and we will be happy to work upon that also.
Yes, suppose. So this such a great scheme must be extended for next 5 years. So, is there any way ONDC is also helping you in access to market? And
ONDC is a good platform, but as of now, we are not registered on that. The MSMEs are having access to ONDC platform also. The ONDC corporation is making efforts to go to the MSME associations and make it a success. But in the days to come, in the next year, we will be associating with ONDC. In the next few weeks, we will be getting to a close meeting with the ONDC, and maybe we will have a MOU with ONDC.
Will it be helpful for the MSME?
Yeah. It is just like a e-commerce platform. So ONDC is a good e-commerce platform, and instead of using Amazon and Flipkart, they, without other baggage of documentation, the MSMEs can approach ONDC and get themselves onboarded and registered, and their products will be there to be marketed all over the nation.
It's for the India only?
It is right now. It is for India only.
Okay. So one more challenge what we hear from especially from the agri ancillary businesses, as you mentioned about the Germany, Japan, not Singapore, but USA or China, they have penetrated heavily in the agri equipment to ensure the yield goes to the another level. In India, the crop yield is not that high. The equipment penetration is not there, and all agri ancillary businesses who are also MSME, they are unable to reach that kind of scale. What other foreign countries are doing it? So, do we have any plan of
for agri-related progress? What we have mentioned, I think that the quality is the challenge, not the quantity of the production.
Okay.
And what I had already earlier mentioned, the packaging of the agri-related products needs to be improvised that so that we can approach global market.
Hmm.
So productivity is not the quantity of product
True.
as we are targeting, but when we want that our products should reach the global market, all the agri products and agri processing products, we need to have good packaging solutions and the designing and branding of the global character.
Okay. No, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
And
But more and more equipment what they are using to give the multiplier effect in their yield. Cannot Indians have not
equipment and mechanization of agriculture, what you are pointing out, have limitations for India because we have a fragmented holding. So we have very small farms like half acre, 1 acre, and use of big machinery is a constraint. We can't do that. What happens like in Canada and USA and all other nations where big machineries and tractors are being used, we can't use to
we have a small and marginal farm,
Yeah,
we have the large farms. But if we can buy those equipment and lease it out on a per hour or per day basis,
Agriculture department has a different mechanization scheme, and they are for some group of people, farmers in a village, they are using that scheme to mechanize the farm as a village enterprise. So when all the equipments are available with one farmer, he will list it to the others, and then they can grow their products and whatever.
Sir, two more question I have for you.
Yeah.
From your experience, what is really harder to change? MSME mindset or the perspective or the policy framework?
See, what I have experienced up till now, the policies can be changed within a day or two, or within months. But the behavior of the MSMEs as such, and towards whatever the technology innovation and this tax infrastructure is difficult to change. It takes time. So, but we have hope that with the advent of these new technologies, the people will also be pliable and their behavior will change towards the access to all the technology and the global markets. So it is difficult, but we need to change the behavior.
Very true, sir. And sir, especially, what would be your final piece of advice to these MSME in the fast changing, transforming world? How they should navigate each step to actually reap the benefit what government and MSIDC is
So to
providing?
summarize what we have discussed up till now, the what I see that MSME is to scale up with the help of all the schemes of government of India that are available. Scaling up and accessing the global markets is the real challenge,
Right.
and that the real challenge has to be born with innovation and technology in mind. Because what we see today as a new concept, after 7 8 years, that technology goes out,
Becomes
and
obsolete.
if we don't keep the touch with the technology upgradation, then our whole business can collapse. So I hope and I think that the MSMEs and the associations should be in touch with the newer technologies and innovations in the days to come, if we want, and we, as our dream is to get to 2047 as a dream.
That makes sense, sir. With this, I would like to say thanks to you for humbly accepting this podcast. I'm sure many MSME entrepreneur association banker, everyone will get lots of benefit after.
Yeah, that is what I was intending to join you, because what our schemes are and what we are doing for the MSMEs needs to be reaching out to the local and the lower MSMEs, the MSMEs that are in the villages. So they should be joining this bandwagon of the MSME as a main thrust of the government schemes and the main thrust of the new economy of India in 2047.
So, Shukriya once again.
Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you very much.
And thanks, audience, for the watching. If you have any comment, you can please suggest, and we will collect all the comments, feedback, and recommendation, whatever you wish to give. And we'll submit to Sir for his kind consideration. Thank you to the MSSIDC team, and thank you to all on behalf of eMSME. Thank you so much.
Thank you. To close, I would also request all the MSMEs to join on the 27th June as a MSME Day at Washi Sidco Bhavan, Sidco Center, as a celebration of MSME's contribution in the Indian economy. So I would like to welcome all the MSMEs and their leaders in the Sidco Exhibition Center on 27th June.
You got the invite. Let's meet at
Let's
Sidco
meet.
Washi.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.